This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. Topping the news tonight, it's been exactly 1 month since powerful Hurricane Matthew touched down on Grand Bahama, leaving a trail of damage and sending the island's tourism industry into a tailspin. But today, there appears to be some sign of recovery on the horizon as tourism officials welcomed
the confidence that Carnival has in the destination. Bethel says despite the current challenges facing the industry, the future looks promising.
Our sea arrivals, well, I think it speaks for itself. Today, again, we welcome the Carnival Valor, and we are now back on schedule with many more ships coming into port. The Pride is on tap, the Grandeur of the Sea. All of these are coming in this week. But I must speak to the Balearia, our daily cruise ferry, which never left us. They returned almost immediately, initially bringing in hurricane relief and cargo. And of course, they were one of the first to start bringing in day trippers back to the island, where we could start to communicate to the marketplace that we are open and ready for business.
Chairman of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, Russell Miller, says the Carnival Valor is the beginning of great things for the island. He believes the level of spin-off business will be tremendous.
All of our partners from the transportation side of it, the tour operators, the excursions, they're all in business, in place, and offering their services to our visitors once again.
Officials say the past month at the harbor was a ghost town, but thankfully they were buzzing with activity Monday morning. The first group of visitors say they are excited to be on island and are looking forward to some relaxation.
I'm glad that it's open again. It was closed for a while, so we got here at the right time.
Relaxing in the beach, enjoying it, just keeping company is beautiful, we're glad it's open again. We had heard it had been closed because of the storm, so it looks beautiful.
In Freeport, I'm looking forward to laying on your beautiful beaches. And that's it. That's all I got.
It's awesome, and we're looking to have lots and lots of fun in your beautiful sunshine and your lovely waters.
We're going on the beach.
We gotta get going.
Have a good day. First time. Feels good.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The arrival of the Carnival Valor signals the return to a state of normalcy for the cruise sector. It also provides a much-needed economic injection. The vendors at the Freeport Harbor were out in full force Monday morning as the cruise line made its way into port.
Out of work for 3 weeks. Today make 4. I'll be back to work today. I'll be making sales. It's good to be back. Well, everything was quite okay before the storm, but after the storm it was a hassle because we was home all day, no power, no water, and no money, and it was kind of hard. So right now we are very happy to know that everything is back together again, and I thank God for that.
Vendor Joan Joseph says the first day back felt a bit strange. While it was a slow business day, she says she's hopeful that sales will pick up as the days go by.
It was kind of rough when we were closed, but thank God that we could open up today, and we're looking forward to a better season, But I thank God anyhow. It's slow, very slow. But hopefully before the day is out, it will pick up a bit, But, it's the first day, so it seems a bit strange, but we are coping,
A big celebration taking place in West End yesterday. The festivities held to lift the spirits of residents still reeling from Hurricane Matthew. The Minister of Tourism and Member of Parliament for the area was among those giving words of encouragement. Italia Hall was there.
The West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association, along with the West Grand Bahama Local Government District and the Ministry for Grand Bahama, hosting a victory parade and gospel concert on Gombe Park in West End. Residents from all parts of the island turned out to support those who were affected by Hurricane Matthew in that community. Cecil Thompson of the West Grand Bahama Youth Development Association says there are a number of public and private organizations that put a lot of effort into the event for a good cause.
Like what the community needs now is some music of inspiration, of hope and encouragement. Hence, the leadership of the marching band decided that we want to go to Hunters and Penders went Lewis Yard last week, and this week it is West End, which had been struck by the hurricane, impacted in such a negative way.
Among the many in attendance was the Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the Honorable Obi Wilchcombe. Wilchcombe says that Hurricane Matthew may have caused some structural damage, but there were no deaths, and that is something to be thankful for.
I don't see Hurricane Matthew as a negative. I see Hurricane Matthew as an opportunity. That we look at our community, yes, we have some damaged houses. Yes, some people have lost their houses. Yes, we've lost a lot of material things. But we have our lives, and now we can build a stronger and more beautiful community. We can make this community much better than it is today. And I want us to stop and give a round of applause to the young men who are working on the back street and the front street. Look at the work that they're doing. People of West End working together, our own hands, to rebuild our community.
Following the Member of Parliament's address, hundreds of persons paraded through the community of West End. Entertainment was provided by a number of gospel groups. These residents say this event has helped to lift their spirits.
Like after the hurricane, you need to get out and bear off some of the stress and the ups and downs. Then you would meet friends and loved ones and family that you haven't seen for probably 3-4 weeks or whatever. And I just come out to let my hair down.
Bring all the people together as one, and that we can, fellowship and enjoy a beautiful gospel concert.
I know that most persons have lost a lot. We have not lost no life in West End. West End has always been, in my view, growing up, people who are strong, very resilient people.
It really lifted my spirit because last week when I was down here was like more depressing. So today I can smile, and I'm happy to see that everybody's out and they're smiling, they're happy.
It's Halia Hall, ZNet's Network News.
Also from the West tonight, another major distribution for the people of West End as they continue to come to grips with the devastation left behind by Hurricane Matthew. Residents of West End formed a long line at the home of the Wilkinsons Monday morning, where a trailer filled with hurricane relief supplies was stationed for distribution. The goodwill gesture, a concerted effort of members of the local corporate community and a couple from Canada. West End residents Keith and Linda Cooper spearheaded the drive through the West End Ecology Hurricane Fund. They say this is an ongoing effort.
Obviously, everyone knows that the devastation in West End was very traumatic. And because of the whole atmosphere of what we've been doing and the whole need for the community to come out and be able to have some kind of relief, some kind of supplies was an important part on our mission, as well as friends from Canada, Mr. Ken Williams, as well as the local Grand Bahama Sunrise Rotary and James Sarles and his crew. My wife and I, we lost everything ourselves in the storm. Our home was completely destroyed. Everything we ever owned was totally wiped out. My vehicle was wiped out. Our friends in Canada came down and brought me a new truck and had it fill it with supplies and brought the supplies over in the Balearia, and now the vehicle is here.
The people are really in dire need for clothing, bedding, linens, that kind of thing, mattresses, cots, those emergency essentials.
Ken Williams of Niagara Falls, Canada, says after learning of the devastation caused by Hurricane Matthew, he and his wife were compelled to help.
We brought down tarps and extension cords, generators, food, clothing, anything we can get together. We've also had our West End Ecology Hurricane Fund going as well, and now we've managed to secure uniforms for all the kids at the primary school, and we're going to be handing those out on Wednesday. Yeah, because they've lost all their uniforms as well.
Some 85 residents received care packages during Monday's distribution. Many of them lost everything during the Category 4 storm, and so they were grateful for the much-needed items.
God is good and on time, all the time.
I thank God for what everything is going down here, because there's a lot of people would have been worse off than they are.
Sabrina Brown said an 17 Cuban migrants handed over to immigration officials this past weekend. 16 males and 1 female were taken into custody by U.S. Coast Guard officials in 2 separate incidents. 10 of the migrants were found on Anguilla Key, while the remaining 7 migrants were intercepted in a rustic vessel in the same vicinity. The migrants all claimed that they departed Cuba on Saturday, the 29th of October, in rustic vessels with hopes of reaching Florida. This latest group of migrants will be flown to New Providence to be detained at the detention center until repatriated to Cuba. Also, a 41-year-old male from Ghana, South Africa, who was taken into custody by police officers for questioning on Friday, was turned over to Bahamas immigration officers for further questioning. The man claimed to have arrived in Nassau about a month ago and traveled to Freeport, leaving all of his travel documents behind. He is expected to be transported to New Providence for further investigation. Meantime, police in Grand Bahama need your assistance in locating 2 male suspects who they want to question for murder. The first suspect is 40-year-old Antoine Tamar Sims of number 3 Manton Drive. He is described as standing at 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing 170 pounds, with light brown complexion and average build. The second suspect is Dion Alvin Brown. Both suspects are considered extremely dangerous and should not be approached. If you have any information that can assist the police in locating these suspects, you are asked to contact the Central Detective Unit office at telephone numbers 350-3107 through 12, 911-919, Crime Stoppers at 352-1919, or call your nearest police station. Stay with us, there's more news after this.